You know, Botai, Baruch Hashem, today we have such a big merit. I don't know if everyone even realized what Be'ezrat Hashem we're going to be celebrating tonight. Here it's going to be extra special because we're going to be doing a Achlatzat Sefer Torah and the first night of Chanukah. But for the majority of people, tonight we're starting, Abotai, the lighting of what? Of Chanukah. Abotai, we don't even know what light, what bracha comes down to the world from tonight for the next 8 days that are going to come upon us. You know, Abotai, Chazal give a beautiful connection between this week's Parasha and the Chanukah. So every year, we know that every year, at the time of Chanukah, what Parasha do we read? We read the Parasha of right now of the dreams, Miketz. So where is the connection between the Miketz and between Chanukah? So Chazal say, if we look at the Parasha, we see Vehi Miketz Shnatayim. The Midrash, if you take the word Shnatayim and you break it apart, you see that a sentence like this comes out. Small ner tadlik me'ala mezuzah. What does that mean? It means on the left side, you light the candle under the mezuzah. Under the mezuzah, you must have that candle. And that is actually the connection that Chazal say that they bring it both together. That actually, even in the Parasha, you can see the connecting to this Parasha, to this Chag. But you know, Abotai, I think what the Midrash was saying is something a little bit different. It says on the left, meaning on the left side from the door, because we know we light the Chanukiah on the opposite side of where the mezuzah is, you light the candle. But maybe, Abotai, we could explain it in a different way. Maybe it's not just connecting on a realistic level of, you light it on the left side. Maybe, Abotai, what the Midrash is actually trying to teach us here is something that what the Zohar Kadosh actually says that is the main tikkun of every single person in this world. The Zohar Kadosh says, we all, as we know, have different tikkunim, have different missions. But one mission is applicable to all of us. One mission is upon all of us to accomplish. What is that? The Zohar Kadosh says, finding darkness and bringing light. That the fact that one brings light into darkness, he is, no matter what, repairing his tikkun. Meaning, even though we have different tikkunim, all our tikkunim have one thing in common, that the base is bringing light into darkness. As we know, Abotai, right represents light. Left represents darkness, it represents bad. Maybe the Midrash was saying, small ner tadlik. On the left side, where there is darkness, you should bring the light. And that, Abotai, is the secret of this week's holiday. That the entire holiday, Abotai, is to bring the light and to shine that light upon our lives and to bring that bracha into our lives, even though we are where we are in the Galut. As we say, Abotai, we're in a place that there is so much tum'ah, there is so much darkness. Each and every one of us goes through all these tests, all these nisyonot in our life. Abotai, now it's the time to shine the light. Now it's the time, Abotai, where we can change everything. Now it's the time where we can bring the bracha in order to change that darkness and to bring it upon light. And that, Abotai, what the Midrash says, that if a person sits down and looks at the Chanukiah, the entire half an hour of its lighting, it says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will stand with him and protect him. Because that light that he shines upon him activates his merit and activates the Torah. And that's what we say, Abotai, Giner mitzvah, the Torah or. What does that mean? If you light the candle of mitzvah, the light of the Torah will come upon you and the light of the Torah will protect you. Giner mitzvah, the light of the mitzvah and the Torah will bring the illumination. And that, Abotai, is a big secret that we should all hold on to. We have, Abotai, an opportunity to Be'ezrat Hashem shine upon us such protection, such bracha, such success. It's the time, Abotai, where it's the first night. We need to already start our mindset. We have to point our head in a certain direction. Now that we're in the beginning of the 8 days, we shouldn't be light-headed. We should know where we're going. We should have a goal. Abotai, the goal is to shine as much light as possible. If we are able, Abotai, to do so, we will reach to big success and big protection. In Abotai, there's a story it's an amazing story of a young man that lived in Russia. That this young man, Abotai, is to teach you the protection and the bracha that one could achieve just by sitting and having enjoyment and being b'simcha and being with happiness in the presence of the nerot of Chanukah, in the candles of Chanukah. A young man in Russia, that his Parasha was to go from one place to another to buy merchandise. And he would travel, and whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu would give him, any opportunity he had. One day it was cloth, one day it was food, one day it was flour. And he would go and he would sell it. Now his job required him to not be home the entire week, but Shabbat, he always made sure to be home. But as a protection, as a cautionary insurance, it was his custom that always he carried with him a bottle of kosher wine. Why? He said, if chas v'shalom I get stuck in a different kfar, in a different village on Shabbat, and I'm not able to make my way back home, I have at least kosher wine. Because everything else you can find kasher, you can buy fish, you can buy vegetables, but wine you can't find. So he always carried a bottle of wine in his cart. And at the time of Chanukah, what did he have? He had a little closet. That in this closet he had all the candles that he needed. That if in an instance the time comes to light Chanukah, he has everything prepared. So it says one day in the year, the time of year of Chanukah, he was traveling. And what was his custom? As soon as the night would fall, as soon as the darkness would come, he would start his carriage, pray Arvit. He had a little glass box, put it on a stone, and he would light the Chanukah, and he would sing and dance, and he would maybe even drink the wine that he kept in his bag, and he would do big simcha in front of the candles of Chanukah. And like that was his custom. One year, on the fourth night, he was traveling through a big field, and suddenly the time came for Arvit and Hadlakot Chanukah. So he comes down from his carriage, prays Arvit, lights the candles, he's trying to sing, he's dancing, big simcha, doing all the songs of Chanukah, much beautiful. He brought the Shekhinah to him. Suddenly, he hears dogs barking, and a big group of thieves come to him, put your hands up, they have guns, and they're threatening him to kill him. So the man says, take whatever I have, don't kill me, don't chas v'shalom hurt me, take whatever you want. So these 3-4 thieves, they came, and they started to take all the things, to take all the money, and they said, wow, we fell mamash on a perfect target. We've been following him for 2 days, and finally we caught him, perfect. He's alone, one man in the middle of the field at night. It's a how do we call the machines that you take money out of? It's an ATM, mamash, an ATM, it was an opportunity. So the thieves, after they took all his money, they said, now that you saw how we look, we have to kill him. So he said, please, before you kill me, allow me to have a few minutes of saying Mechila to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and doing vidui. Saying sorry, it's like what we do in Yom Kippur, we do vidui. To do vidui before I get killed. So even though we don't do vidui on Chanukah, he wanted to do so. He said at least he goes up to Shamayim, he goes up clean. So he went and he started to do vidui. And he's praying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's saying, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, protect my wife, protect my kids, I won't be able to be there with them. And he was praying and he was crying. He didn't even get to the middle of his vidui, and suddenly they hear boom, 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 gunshots, lights, other dogs coming from the other side. And he looks up, and what did he see? He sees 14 police officers with big guns pointing at the thieves saying, put your hands up, put your hands up. Thieves being 3 people and the police being 14, they had no choice. They put their hands up and they came and they put them handcuffs on. The man looked at the police and he was thanking them. But he said, I have a question for you. How did you come here, Bichlal? How did you get here? We're in the middle of the field, in the middle of night. So he said, let me tell you. Every single time at night, when it starts to snow, a light snow, us, the police, we have a custom where we go hunting. Because that's the time where all the animals feel safe, and that's the time we can hunt a lot of animals. So I took my group of soldiers of my team to go hunting. And suddenly I heard dogs barking. And I saw light from far. And I knew that dogs and light in the middle of the field means thieves. So I ran to the light and I wanted to find out what was this light. And when I came, I saw the 3 thieves pointing the gun at you. So the man said, what a miracle. He hugged them and he kissed them. But Botai, there's even a bigger miracle here that nobody noticed. An even bigger miracle that passed by our eyes. What night did he light the Chanukah? 4th. Yom Revi. How many policemen came to save him? 14. If you do the account of how many candles you light from the first night to the fourth night, you'll count 14 candles. But for every single candle he lit throughout the first, second, third, and fourth night, HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent him one protector, one soldier to come and to save him. And that is just a small little story of how one can achieve complete protection, can bring down a miracle just with the merit of Ne'ot Chanukah. So may HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'ezrat Hashem give us simcha in this Chag of Chanukah, and give us light, and we will all B'ezrat Hashem bask in the beautiful Kedusha of the Ne'ot Chanukah, and we will all B'ezrat Hashem receive our redemption. Bayamim Haem, Bazman Hazeh. Chag Sameach.